ये थोड़ा सा
All
मैं
right. So today we are face to face with Dr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal. Dr. Sanjay Agarwal, he has been with the Ministry of Finance, Government of India for a large part of his life. This job took him to various places within India. He has worked in Kanpur, Lucknow, Calcutta, Bombay, as well as in Delhi. And then sometime along the journey, he wanted to become an author. He published a couple of books. And after that, he thought that all what he has picked along the journey, he wants to share it with other people, business owners, so that they can live complete lives. They can live lives which are worthwhile. So let us hear from Dr. Sanjay Agarwal. Sir, thank you for coming. Thanks for joining us today. Please tell us something more about yourself.
hello everyone, and thank you Atulji for inviting me for this wonderful platform e-growth, so that I can talk to the audience of e-growth and entrepreneurs. Yes, and this is a wonderful introduction which you have given about me. I am born and brought up at Lucknow, the city of Nawabs. So my education was at Lucknow, and then after finishing my postgraduate from Lucknow University, I took a job with Ministry of Finance in the Custom and Central Excise Department, and I served Ministry of Finance for 26 years. And to pursue my calling to serve people, to self-help organization, to grow in their personal and professional lives like anything, I took VRS under the age of 50 in 2016. And before that, my book was popular on time management, goal setting, and sleep. So that book was popular, and then I took VRS in 2016. Since then, I'm training people, I'm helping organizations, I am helping individuals, corporates, and entrepreneurs to grow in their personal and professional life, because I work on their time utilization patterns, on goals, belief system, NLP, communications, all these things.
All
So
right,
this is about me in short. Thank you.
great. So you are the creator of this framework called GOPTA. Can you please tell
Yes.
us something more about it? What does GOPTA stand for?
Yeah, wonderful question. Actually, since childhood, a question came to my mind. What is it that some people get more success than others? Some people are very much successful, some people are somehow mediocre. So learned a lot, researched a lot about success, about personality, what should be done. There are many ingredients: honesty, integrity, hard work, sincerity, punctuality. I identified three ingredients on which you cannot afford to be even 99%. And for the sake of remembrance, easy remembrance, I created this acronym. This acronym is GOPTA, and GOPTA is goals oriented, positive thinking, and actions. Simple. And I have
Awesome.
my own definitions about all these three things. So I'm giving for your audience in 1 or 2 minutes. In short, I'm saying if you are goals oriented, your every thought, every action, every time utilization pattern is towards achieving your goals. And if you possess positive thinking, you don't allow anybody else to tell you what you are capable of doing, what you are not capable of doing. And the most important change is in the definition of actions. I'm saying if you take actions under the definition of GOPTA, you work upon yourself in 5 areas. And 5 areas are you goals-oriented skills, goals-oriented habits, goals-oriented values and belief system, goals-oriented relationships, and goals-oriented time utilization patterns. This is the overall framework of GOPTA. Thank you.
Awesome. So everything that happens, it is oriented towards the goal. And one thing what
Yes.
I just got present to is that you are a self-driven person.
Yes.
That's really awesome. Most of the people, they are looking for strength outside of them, whereas you're saying that it lies within.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Awesome,
Yes.
awesome, awesome.
Because
So tell us
I
something.
ask people to identify their strengths and excellence.
Fantastic. So tell us something more about how did you think about this novel concept, and what were the
I
beginnings
think
of
about,
Gupta? Yeah.
yeah. Actually, in 2006, when I decided to go ahead with this project, the first thing which came to my mind was in what areas I am good at, what works for me. Because this is the thing which I ask people to do. Identify your strengths, identify your excellence. So I identified first my excellence, my strength, and those strengths were in the field of time management and goals. And then I keep on building on these two. I researched a lot for more than 10 years from 2006 to 2016, and even now that research is ongoing. And then I did fusion of this Gopta with NLP when I learned NLP, and then communicative intelligence, and I created a new framework, Gopta NLP framework, which is a fusion of Gopta with NLP and communicative intelligence. So all these things are beneficial for growth.
Awesome. So, for how many years have you been training people on this now?
More than 15 years. As earlier as amateur when I was in job, and professionally after leaving the job in 2016, I am doing it's full-fledged.
Okay. And how many lives would you have impacted so far in the last 15 years through this framework?
Thousands, thousands. For me, it is countless right now. Still, I can say 1,000 lives, and out of those, around 50 people. I believe only 50 people out of. Like what happens? Ki we touch many lives, slightly more better, more better, more better. But more than 50 lives are transformed fully. They vouch for me that they say that yes, there is a big difference in my thought process. There is a big difference in my results. So that is a very wonderful thing for me, and I feel fulfilled after shifting from that government job to this professional life as a trainer.
That was going to be my next question. After having contributed to thousands of people and really transformed the life of at least 50 of them, how's your experience about yourself?
I feel fulfilled, happy, because when I was in the job, I was doing my job in an excellent manner, no doubt about that. I was getting some appreciation from the office, many awards, many rewards, countless. But this feeling is different. When somebody moves ahead in his life, some organization comes out of the loss, and some organization gets progress like this, it gives a different feeling altogether. And I feel that I am getting fulfilled life. It is enriching for me as well, and I'm so happy. And I'm so happy that I took such a bold decision under the age of 50 to leave such a wonderful job, and that was a very good job in Ministry of Finance.
That's really understandable. So, tell us something more about what triggered you to take this call of quitting a government job, and that also Ministry of Finance. I don't want to mince words. Ministry of Finance is an awesome place to be in,
Yes,
both for
it is an
obvious and unobvious reasons.
yes. Uh, Actually, in 2006, I came across a quote of Zig Ziglar, and that changed the course of my life. That changed my whole thought process. And that quote was, "If you help enough people to achieve what they want to achieve, you will get what you want." अगर आप दूसरों को वो पाने में मदद करते हैं जो वो पाना चाहते हैं, तो आप तो वो पा ही लेंगे जो आप पाना चाहते हैं. And that was a very wonderful quote. I have not came across any quote which is more powerful from that. आप देखिए, if we help enough people to achieve what they want to achieve, that is the crux of all the religions, that is the crux of all the thought processes, helping others to grow.
That's the
That was my
crux
calling.
of humankind.
Yeah. That was my calling. That changed my thought process.
Awesome. So that gives me one answer. Next question is, I'm sure this journey wouldn't have been smooth.
Yeah.
26 years, you get your pay in your account on the 30th of the month.
Yes.
And to take this decision, make this choice that from tomorrow I will not be tied down to this salary.
Mm.
ऐसा क्या था? And
In
I
fact,
tell
to
you,
be
I've got a
honest,
reason behind that. जैसे आपने भी कहा ना, goals oriented. So I've got a goal behind this.
Mhm.
Through you, I want to share this with so many people who are there on the verge, who are there in a job which they don't enjoy or is not as fulfilling.
Mhm.
They know it very well that they come out of this job, they can contribute much more on this planet. And there is something which is stopping them. So I want to hear from you, what was stopping you and how did you go beyond that?
Thank you. Thank you for asking this wonderful question. It will benefit a lot to the audience. In fact, it was not an overnight decision. It was a courageous, a bold decision, but it was not an overnight decision. I took this decision in 2006 that I will take retirement after 10 years at the age of 50. And those 10 years, I was preparing a lot. During those 10 years, I was researching, I was writing my book, I was preparing my workshops. And I took the final decision of taking the VRS when I assured myself that I have some retirement corpus behind me on which I can survive for next 2 to 3 years. Because I cannot take a blind risk. I have to take care of my kitchen as well. So I calculated the retirement corpus that I will survive for 2 to 3 years out of that money. And then I took the decision. After full preparation, I asked everybody not to take decision overnight. Never decide I will quit the job tomorrow morning. Have some overlapping period, have some beta version of yourself, test yourself, and then take final decision. And the calculated risk should be there. I'm not saying don't take risk, but it should be calculated risk always.
Awesome.
Thank
So
you.
you, 2016, when you moved out of the job world,
Hmm.
you had a corpus which would last around 2 years.
Yeah.
So today, 4 years, it's you're already into the fifth year.
Hmm.
Today, when you're into the fifth year, what is the scene? How's the corpus done and where are you right now?
I thought initially that the corpus would be enough for 2 years, but it lasted only 1.5 years. But luckily, initial phase was difficult for me. Initial 1 year when I declared my workshops and I was expecting gathering of participants of around 100 or something, but I was getting 10, 20, 15. Today the scene is different. I declare the workshop and I get the audience. So initial time was a struggle. No doubt about that. I admit that, I confess that earlier I was expecting that 100 people will register, only 10, 15. I conducted a workshop where there was only one registrant
Wow.
initial phase. So those are the days, gone are the days. Now the scene is different. Now I declare the workshop and now I'm, as you know, much sought after speaker. So
Fantastic.
this is a phase. These are phases. Every trainer faces these phases.
So in during these past 4 years, how many countries have you spoken in?
Physically, not visited any
Yeah,
country
yeah.
other.
So let us give the credit to COVID. All of us have gone global.
So during these offline, these online version, more than 20 countries participants I have got, especially
Awesome.
from Dubai, Australia, some Russian countries. European countries, American countries, Canada, many countries, Singapore.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. So a very typical question. So where do you see Sanjay Agarwal 5 years from today?
Big question. Actually, I don't think in big numbers. I never say that I want to uh, help 10 lakh people or 1 crore people or 10 crore people. I have a very small target, but that is a very big target. I want to transform 100 lives. In next 5 years, I want to completely transform 100 lives. Who can say that I was this and now I have become this? For
Awesome.
me, it's a big goal because I talk about transformation. I not talk about some motivation that lasts only 2 to 3 days or 4 days, 5 days. If a person is transformed, then my work is over.
Phenomenal. And you're talking about 100 more people, right? The previous
Yeah,
50 are already done.
yeah.
Okay, fantastic. That's really good. Great.
Thank you.
Anything else you would like to share about your journey? Something which is there on the plate which you've not done, or something which you already started and it is doing great?
Yes, I would say that when I am talking to entrepreneurs, I would say that you are bold already. You have taken the decision to become an entrepreneur. You are bold, courageous. Take all the calculated risks. Do whatever you want to do because only you have to work upon your dreams. Nobody else is going to work upon your dreams. Don't leave your dreams unattended. Go for it. Take every step. Take every step for your dreams. Once again, I will repeat in the last. Nobody, repeat, nobody else would work for your dreams. Only you have to work upon your dreams. This is my
Awesome.
advice.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
You've been associated with eGrowth for some time. Would you share how your journey has been?
Fantastic. It is a very fantastic journey, and I have never seen such platform in my life. I am associated with many networks in the past, some local networks, some national or international networks even. But I have never seen such organization which is not only helping entrepreneurs and organizations to get business, they are connecting people across the organizations. It is a network of networks. I believe so. So it is helping, it is connecting people. It is a sort of hub where organizations meet, where individuals meet, entrepreneurs meet, and they get their audience, whether they are trainer coaches, whether they are businessmen, whether they are exporter importers. Everyone is getting business out of this. So that is a very wonderful effort, and kudos to you, Atulji. You are doing a
Thank you.
wonderful job for the society, and eGrowth is doing marvelous.
Thank you. Yeah, so we are on the journey of business transformation.
Yeah, yeah.
So we are here to transform the way business is conducted.
Yes.
So as we close this conversation, what would be your 3 suggestions
Mhm.
for the entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs?
My 3 suggestions are in my acronym, and that acronym is COTA.
Okay.
Always be goals oriented. If you are not goals oriented, how your every thought, every action, every time utilization pattern will be towards achieving your goals. You have to be goals oriented. And you don't allow anybody else to tell you what you are capable of doing, what you are not capable of doing. Always protect your self-image from others. Others are there to criticize you. You have to protect your self-image. And third, take action on yourself. Always keep on sharpening your axe. Take action on yourself. Acquire goals-oriented skills, inculcate goals-oriented habits, acquire goals-oriented value system and belief system, replace those unresourceful beliefs with resourceful beliefs. Fourth is nurture goals-oriented relationships and follow goals-oriented time utilization patterns. Only this. These three things are important for everyone, for every entrepreneur.
Thank you, sir. It has been a really enriching conversation. I promise your vibration of goal oriented life is already spreading and it is creating ripples across the planet. So, thank you for standing for this. Thank you for researching on this. Thank you for publishing so much on this.
Thank you.
More power to you.
Thank you, Atulji, and more power to eGrowth as well and members of eGrowth as well.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.